With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. Nearly 30 pregnancy resource centers offering life-saving Christian ministry have been attacked since the leaked draft of the U.S. Supreme Court decision that would kill nationwide legal abortion. That's according to a Catholic tracking site that reported on June 20th. Among the latest attacks is a fire at the First Image Gresham Pregnancy Resource Center in Portland, Oregon, that authorities are investigating as arson. The pro-life ministry First Image reported on the attack. On June the 11th, the fire, which blazed at 3 a.m., was started, allegedly, when someone threw an incendiary device through a window. It was the second attack on the center since May. While no one has claimed responsibility for the Gresham fire, extremist pro-choice groups Jane's Revenge and Ruth Sent Us have admitted to some of the attacks, which appear to be carried out under the umbrella of the two groups, according to the pro-life advocacy group Catholic Vote. Jane's Revenge, in particular, has tweeted threats of a night of rage as an autonomous call to action against patriarchal supremacy. No injuries have been reported in the attacks thus far, but damage has ranged from vandalism to written threats to extensive structural damage, as in the fire that destroyed a room at the Gresham Center and fires at 3 other centers, according to National Review. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled Tuesday a state violated the First Amendment by barring faith-based schools from participation in a tuition assistance program. In a 6-3 opinion, the High Court decided Maine unconstitutionally discriminated on the basis of religion in refusing to include the state's education choice program schools that teach their religious beliefs. Maine's system assists families in the many small towns in the state that do not operate secondary public schools and the smaller number that have no elementary schools.
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/good news.
Did you know that more than 4.6 million people call Denver home? Missiologists believe that only 16% of them have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Tim and Sharon Wheelis are working just outside of Denver in Castle Rock as church planters at Cross Family Church. They say the greatest barriers they see are people facing spiritual apathy and materialism. To learn more about church planting in Denver, visit nam.net. Find more stories at baptistpress.com.